All right, welcome back. And today we're going to be taking a look at this computer right over here, Lenovo M83. And this is the victim, client, I don't know. But this is the next subject of our build slash mod. So typically lately what I've been doing is I've been taking these old office PCs and I flipped them. We've done a Dell Optiplex, we've done a Lenovo M92, which I did way back in the day. Recently did a Precision small form factor T1700. We've done some modding on the cases and we flipped them. And I've been able to, you know, with a little spray paint, a little TLC, I could flip these pretty good. But this one is kind of hard to flip. And the reason why is because if you look at the case, it's not the most desirable looking case, and I don't know what Lenovo was thinking over here. Maybe, you know, some aerodynamics, you know, because your computer goes so fast and you need the wind to propel up. I don't know. It's just pretty tacky in my opinion. Some people love it, but most customers, when I try to sell this and flip it as is, they don't like it. And I've actually tried to flip it with good components, and the biggest thing that's like is, hey, can we do something with the case? And well, I guess we're gonna have to do something with this case, and that's what we're gonna do with it. So we're going to be doing a paint job. Number one, we're probably going to be cutting a window into it, and we're going to be upgrading and doing some little mods, and we should be able to get a good computer out of this and hopefully flip it for a decent price. So let's talk about it. I paid $60 for this. It came with an i3, it's the 4th gen Q85, 500 gig mechanical hard drive, and that was about it. I think it had 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM. So really didn't come with much, and the i3, even at the 4th gen, they're just not good for gaming computers. I mean, you could get by with them, but you know, you want to be able to play something a little better with that. So what are we going to do with it? First off, let's talk about our CPU. Our CPU, Xeon E1240 V3, 3.4 gigahertz, 4 cores, 8 threads, equivalent to an i7 4th gen, just literally half the price, if not cheaper than that. You can get these cheaper. The i7 4th gens right now, they still sell for about $100 to $150, but these you can get them for $40 to $60, and they're just the equivalent. There's so much, it's just a better bang for the buck. So that's CPU we're gonna go with. Our graphics cards, did a video on this. This is our GTX 960. It's the 2 gig DDR5, and this is actually a pretty good card. It was able to play some 888 titles, and I think it'll go good for this budget build that we're doing. 120 gig solid state hard drive, 1 terabyte mechanical hard drive. Went with a laptop one because, well, I have a bunch of these lying around. This is our memory. We're gonna do 8 gigs of DDR3. If my 16 gig kit comes in, we'll pop that in, but if not, that will be there for now. This is the heatsink that it comes with, and it's not bad. I usually spray paint them, they look good, but we're actually gonna go with this one because it has some RGB goodness in it, and I think it'll be awesome. This is Cooler Master's i71C, and I think it's a cool heatsink, and we're gonna do a separate independent review of this, so definitely stay tuned so we could get, so I can show you some before and afters of the stock cooler versus this. And I like this cooler. It's definitely cool looking, and we'll definitely highlight that. Our power supply, I've actually switched brands and been able to find these, and I should have a review out for this, or maybe it hasn't come out yet, I don't know, but I should have a review for this one. This is the Aresgame AGV 500 watt. This thing is actually a pretty decent power supply. Definitely happy with it. I actually powered my 5900X for a little bit, and it was stable while running Cinebench and AIDA 64, and it's a decent power supply, not too bad. So this is our build, and now if you're going to be upgrading a computer like this, well, this Lenovo one, if you look at it, our power connector is not traditional. It actually has, and let's pull this thing out, see if we can do this one-handed. Yuck. It has these little proprietary power connectors, which are definitely no bueno. So what do you need? You get on the Amazon, you get these for about 10 bucks, and this converts it to a 24 pin, so you can use any power supply that you want. Just pop it in there and we're good. And then I typically just wrap these up in some type of electrical tape just to hide that little ketchup and mustard ugliness for it, and we're able to use any power supply we want. So that's the build. That's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead, let's do some spray painting. Let's disassemble it, spray paint it, sand it, all that good stuff and everything, do some benchmarks, and let's see if we're able to make this thing look pretty decent. So let's get to the V-roll. another build well done, if I do say so myself, and I'm very happy, a little bit surprised how it came out. So when I got this computer, I've had a hard time selling it just as is, even though it had decent specs on it. So we went ahead and we upgraded it. We gave it a full paint job, and I just went ahead with this matte gray, just doing the side panel over here and just doing the black, getting rid of that little silver trim and silver ring over here that they advertise and I guess Lenovo's so proud of, and it worked out pretty good. So this one kind of had a black matte color finish, and I left this like that. I left the shiny over here because it wasn't too bad looking. We could have spray painted it, but contrast is pretty awesome, and that's what I was big on. So this thing, how's it perform? Our E1240 V3 960 MSI limited edition, very happy with it. 8 gigs of DDR3 and our SSD, and I think a 1 terabyte, yeah, 1 terabyte mechanical drive, and this thing performs awesome. Great for 1080p gaming, low to mid range, and it just runs great. So now, what are we into this? We were 60 for the computer, 60 for the video card, 20 for the SSD, that's 140. Plus, let's just say 40, because I actually got that for free, but let's just say 40 for the CPU. So that puts us at about $160 that we're into this. And as of recording this, I do have a buyer lined up, and they're buying it for $300. So we'll be able to make a nice $140 profit off of a computer that, I like to say once again, was thrown out, discarded. Well, not thrown out because I paid $60 for it, but that was pretty much discarded, and somebody said, hey, I'm done with it and I don't want to do anything no more. So why do we do this? Number one, take your computer and give it that personal look. A lot of people have these computers and they get ready to toss them. Cut in a window. Cutting in this window was very simple. Just traced it and just kind of was mindful of how much overlay for the glass on this side and this side. Put this little trim if your cuts are not good, because I can't cut for beans, but putting this little trim in cleans up your cuts a little bit, and it gets rid of that rough jagged edges, and it gives it a nice look. And the acrylic glass just is really nice in there. And then just put an RGB strip, which I did, that's SATA powered in there, and our RGB strip worked flawlessly. Oh, forgot to mention, we did have to upgrade the power supply. And now, by upgrading the power supply, it gives us better options for this video card that if we want to change it. Put in an RX 570, 1060, 1660 Ti, whatever we wanted to do, that would actually be a good balance for the CPU over here. And that was pretty simple, and we just had to get that little adapter for $10. So okay, so $50, so $160, so maybe only a $90 profit for it. But still, $90, and we're able to make some profit off of this, make some good video content, and show you that this is easy and simple to do, and take this old case that was kind of yuck looking and just give it a fresh new look and a new take on life. So I'm very happy with this, and it turned out real good, and I'm sure the customer enjoyed it. Now, one final note I will say, be mindful of the graphics cards that you put in here. And the reason why I say that, and let's get this out. Be mindful of the graphics cards you put in here, because as you can see how long this is, we had to take out the drive cage over here and just tuck in our 2 drives right over here. And then by doing this, we kind of lose the USB 3.0 over here, but there's plenty in the back, and the customers will definitely be happy with that. And that's something I've already disclosed to them, and they're definitely happy and not worried about that. Personally, if I could get a smaller graphics card like a 1650 or 1660 Ti, or even a 1060s, I've seen it's at 1063 gigs that are a lot smaller, we'd definitely be able to pop in that USB 3.1 adapter over, or excuse me, USB 3.0 adapter in here, and it would work flawlessly and have no issues. So our little limitations, because this is too big, but that's fine on it. So this is our build. I'm happy with it. It's already sold, and I want to tell you guys, if I can do this, you can do this. A little sanding, a little prep work, spray paint, a little vision, and a little ingenuity as far as cutting in your custom glass, and you can make your computer look a lot better, give it new life, give it new components, or better yet, take these old office computers, flip them, and make some good profit. As I always say, RGB sells and Fortnite sells, and this definitely meets the 2 requirements that we're able to sell this. So comment down below, let me know what your thoughts, what you think about this build, what you like, what you didn't like, what would you have done different, your experiences with it. And if you like the video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, we'll see what we come up with next.